What's up, y'all? You're watching Union Minded. I'm your host, Eric, and today we are going to discuss bullying and hazing on the job. I was reading through my comments, and one comment jumped out to me, and it said that bullying and hazing, a big part of the IBEW, fighting in class, they are like 12-year-olds. That was this person's experience. I'm going to tell you a story because I'm a big proponent of the idea that people will treat you however you allow them to treat you. I'm a big proponent of that because I was a very undersized kid, and kids that were bigger thought that because they were bigger, they had the right to just move smaller kids out of the way. And in many instances, they got away with it. But I was one who always stood my ground. Didn't matter how big you were, I was going to stand my ground because you were not going to disrespect me as a human being. We're both human beings. We are both part of this existence, and there's no way I'm going to allow somebody to just get out of pocket with me. I've been that way since I was a kid, and I'll tell you what it stems from. It stems from having a big brother, and having a big brother who was rough on you. That's what it stems from. My big brother is 6 years my older. And so when me and him would fight, I'd always get whooped. So I was way smaller. But what I got from him was not to be afraid of kids my own age or a few years older. Because if I could fight with my brother, who was 6 years older than me, then anybody my size wasn't going to be a problem. Now, I carried that as a young child with me through life. And I want to give you a little story about when I was a second-year apprentice in Miami, Florida. I was on a job site, a data center, I believe, or server building, and we were installing lights in a drop ceiling. I was working as a second year, putting up lights, and there was a journeyman putting up lights adjacent to me. And I didn't know this journeyman. I met him on this job. I had just gotten there. It had just been a few days. Didn't know this guy. But we're working and installing these lights. And somewhere along the line, he said something that rubbed me the wrong way. And it was something along the lines of, these apprentices think they just deserve respect. My ear perked up because me and him are hanging lights feet from each other. And now he's talking to me. You need to understand something. You're just an apprentice. And I said, listen, man, I'm a man before I'm an apprentice. And I'm letting you know right now, you're going to respect me. And he was like, you don't deserve any respect. You're nothing but a second year. You're lower than whale crap. And all these other lines that I've heard, and I'm sure you've heard, coming out this guy's mouth. Now, again, knowing the context of me as a human being at that point in my life, I told him one more time, I said, listen, man, you're not going to disrespect me. Try that again. Talk to me any kind of way you feel again, and I'm going to show you exactly why you're not going to disrespect me. And he was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't mean it like that, Eric. I said, man, F that. That's how it is. I will kick that ladder out from under you, bro. This is not anything more than a job to me. And you are not going to talk to me any kind of way. I didn't disrespect you once today. There's no way I'm going to take it from you. He's, oh man, I didn't mean it. We ain't talked the rest of the day. The next morning I come to work and here's this journeyman. I just looked at him, just like, leave yesterday in the past. We're here today. Let's see how this goes. And he was super friendly. Hey, Eric, how you doing this morning, buddy, man? How'd you sleep last night? Everything good? And I was like, okay. He got the message. We're good. And we worked like normal. So my whole life I've been a proponent of people are going to treat you however you allow them to treat you. The minute somebody gets sideways with you, it's within your human rights to stand up for yourself. Now, the IBEW does have a hazing problem and a bullying problem, and there's a toxic culture that's been allowed to fester and permeate. But I will say this. as a union nationally, they've put in policy that allows for charges to be filed for harassing behavior. So it's a progressive union that wants to be inclusive to everybody, that's dealing with a membership that many of which came up in the 80s and the 90s, and they came up under journeymen who hazed them, and so they think that that's part of the process, and you better toughen up, buttercup. I don't blame them for how they behave. I blame us if we don't hold each other accountable and if we don't police our own. You got to understand something. We need to organize over 250,000 electricians to meet the demand of the work that's coming, and it's coming. We need to organize all over the place. And if we keep this silly elitist attitude, oh, you gotta pay your dues. Oh, you gotta go through this, you gotta go through that. That's not the way we grow. It's not the way we get stronger when you alienate people. It's not the way we do it. You got the wrong idea. You think that this union is here for you, when in reality, you are the union. So the union's not here for you. You are the union. And if you're gonna be the union, you gotta meet the expectations. This is a brotherhood. We're trying to build it, not keep everybody out, but build it. We're stronger when we have every electrician in the market under an IBEW contract. When you own the entire labor force, you can demand any wage you damn well please. But you have to be organized and you have to work towards that goal, and alienating folks ain't the way to do it. So to my young apprentices coming up, stand up for yourself, read your Constitution, and if somebody's getting out of pocket with you, take names, get witnesses, and file some charges, because enough is enough. If you're a journeyman and you're around that kind of behavior, stop it in its tracks. Tell them it's not cool. We're moving in a different direction, bro. I know that's how it was when we were coming up, but it wasn't right then either. We've actually put some rules in place to fix it. You got to be the light, bro. You can't just turn your head and look the other way like an ostrich, put your head in the ground and act like the problem don't exist. Anyway, my name's Eric. You're watching Union Minded. Remember that the fight's not left and right, it's up and down. It's going to take solidarity to win always. Each one teach one. Get out there and reach one. And remember, there can be no union without you and I front and center. So let's go.